Hello everyone, it's Ian from IMCampervans. So this video captures a bit of 12 volt wiring, a little bit of 230 volt wiring, some water plumbing and some gas plumbing. Almost all of the 12 volt wiring is complete, so I've built this box over the rear wheel arch. I've got the fog star drift mounted in that, I've got two fuse boxes, I've got some MIDI fuses, and I've got two isolator switches, and then in the back wall there I've got the Orion DC to DC charger, and I've got the smart solar charger, both from Victron, and then I've got the Multiplus II mounted on the left hand side. So most of that's working. I've not yet wired up the Multiplus inverter. Here I've just cut two squares in the box that I've built. One is for a 12 volt socket, just for easy access to 12 volts from the garage area. Another one will be for 230 volts, which will be supplied from the inverter. So I'm switching to some water plumbing. I've got a hot and cold water pipe running from the rear in the garage. I've keyed into that with a 12mm John Guest T-piece for the hot and the cold, and then I'm plumbing them into the hot and cold from the taps, which is a fitting going from 1/2 inch BSP to the 12mm John Guest. I wasn't happy with the water filter at an angle, so I moved it to the back horizontally. And then I continued with the water plumbing in the garage. I was looking for where I wanted to mount the water pump itself, and then plumb that up into the accumulator or the damper, just to smooth the flow. I was trying to make the length of this as compact as possible, because I'm leaving enough space for the gas locker, but the outlet of the pump and inlet of the accumulator are not quite in line, so I needed to have it a bit longer, just so I could flex at the different depth and not put too much stress on the fittings. I then switched to building the gas locker. So I'm building this out of 12mm plywood, and it's going to be reasonably tight, and I want the gas locker to contain a 6kg propane cylinder. So I just need enough room for the cylinder, for the regulator, and the metal flexi pipe itself. So I've designed the cabinet to be quite compact, so I'm building like a floor and a roof and all of the sides, and I have a front door on it. I'm just cutting out the individual pieces, and I'm pocket jigging them so that I can actually screw it all together. I'm using quite a lot of pocket jig holes just so that it'll be quite strong. Then I'm mounting the regulator and routing the flexi pipe round from the regulator to the gas bottle connection itself. This is the cabinet I've built. So I've built it out of plywood. I've got it all mounted together with pocket holes, quite a lot of them. I've got the gas retaining bracket here. I've got four feet to retain the base. I've mounted the regulator, and I've got the propane connection from the cylinder up to the regulator, and I've drilled a hole in the side for the gas pipe to leave here and run to the cooker. The cooker's the only thing powered by gas, and I've drilled a hole for the drop through, so hopefully that all lines up and I can get it all mounted. So I'm ligating the gas cabinet, just aligning it up with the hole for the gas feed through, getting that in place. It's important to keep gas systems clean, so I'm giving it a bit of a hoover, and I'm just screwing it into place just to make sure it's pretty solid. It will basically retain the weight of the cylinder. And then it's just locating the cylinder, strapping it in place, checking it's aligned inside the feet, and connecting up the flexi from the regulator to the propane. Then I've got it plumbed up to the outlet of the regulator. I've just got to run the metal gas pipe from there to the cooker. That's the only things that runs on gas in this van. And thereafter I've got the door, so I've cut the door. I've just got to buy some hinges and some catches, and that'll be that complete. That's it for this video. I hope you found that useful. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow along and like to see future content. We'll be taking a short break from this build to go on our summer tour, so if you'd like to follow along with that, you can follow us at mcnaughtsontour.com, and that's just us in our own camper van touring about Europe.